Yo, 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 Nakama Worldwide, we thank you again for tuning in to Conqueror's Haki Corner. I'm your boy Serge. It's your boy Rooks.
What's happening?
And Vim's tearing up Miami.
No doubt.
And we're here to bring you our latest manga chapter review of One Piece, chapter 952, Hiyori and Kawamatsu.
No doubt. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a like. And thank you.
But let's get through this. You know what? Bear with us. Bro, I think we're going to have to literally reread as we're going.
Yeah, let's
because
go
there's
through
so
this.
much going on in this chapter, man. I mean, the front cover was cool. You got like a little Titanic moment. You know, you've got Capone getting the cuddles on the front of his kick ship. Beautiful. Not much going on there. And boy, I was shocked, man. So they're finally giving Zoro some love, but not again. It's like little doses here and there. I think he must be saving something big, man. And Zoro's defeated Gyukimaru.
Yeah.
So he wants his sword back.
We didn't get to see it, how he did it, but
I don't think we needed to.
yeah.
Personally, I just think at this point, I want to see Zoro bad up someone strong.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We know clearly he's leaving a lot to interpretation because we didn't see his fight with what's his face. He held his own in the town because he got away.
Yeah.
Obviously, must have mashed up all those guys as well. So we know Zoro's level.
Well, you know what? The last time we got to see Zoro in action was in against Pico. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Pico.
that was a one-way fight. So that's all good. But that panel's so cool, man. He's sitting on his chest with two swords. Like, bro, behave, man.
King.
Love it.
Yeah.
You know, king shit. Then, you know, we've got people coming over. Guess who comes to the scene? Kawamatsu. So it's Kawamatsu. So it's a day later. So he's gone away. Why is he coming here, of all places? Why did he leave Udon to come to this specific spot? Because it's interesting, because as we get to the end of the chapter, he does know Gyukimaru.
Yeah, because he did say he needed to attend some business. Now, was this something that he just came across on the way, or was he intending to go to this actual spot for something?
100%. And it's a nice, cool little scene where, you know, he swings for Zoro and Zoro just blocks over his back, and he's like, oh. So you got two great swordsmen, just like, okay, so you got skills.
What's Zoro's level of observational haki?
Hey, we know it's high level, man. So he asked him, why are a samurai and monk fighting? Neither of you wishes to kill the other. So Zoro and Zoro, you know, that's a good question. Zoro looks at me and goes, a fishman?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's a fishman, guys.
It doesn't necessarily mean it is. You know how Zoro is, like, he gets lost whenever he's heading around. I'm not saying Zoro's stupid or anything.
Well, let's say all his intelligence is in his blade and fighting.
He's a man of the sword
and philosophy. Which you expect from a samurai of such level. Then we jump to Onigashima, and you know, I would not expect anything less from Oda. Leave it to your imagination, man. But Kaido and Big Mom are fighting. Everyone's scared of the whole island getting destroyed, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah.
It's a bit peak, but it's annoying, but it's all good. All the while, Queen's trying to cuss people for trying to run away, but all the time he's trying to find an excuse to go back to Udon, man.
You sure you don't need any help? You sure?
Yeah. And meanwhile, in Udon, they're getting manipulated by Otama with the dango. So it seems that she's got this ability that with her sweet, she can, all these fake devil fruit users that have an animal, she can tame them.
So all the smile users.
Yeah.
The gifters. Gifters. All the gifters.
She can control gifters, which I think will be important when it comes to the final battle.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Oda's layering all these little things very, very slowly so that we're going to be able to get it. And I'm going to go a bit further again. I remember a while ago in the One Piece community world, they did say that we're going to get two Nakama very soon, one of which was Jinbei and one will be a former enemy. I don't want it, but Caribou, I'm not saying he will, but it'll be interesting because he's been very useful.
Yeah, it seemed very likely like that. Well, he's setting up the war that's about to happen. We don't necessarily know what his intention is, though. I mean,
we'll have to learn more.
Yeah. We have to go further into it, but he's looking like a likely candidate.
I would have rather Caesar Clown, but he just kind of left the scene, man. I miss him. I miss Caesar, man.
He'd be an interesting member to the team.
He would be an interesting member to the team, man. And then we jump and we have dialogue. So, no, we don't jump yet. So Chopper, as we expected, has healed everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone's in debt to Chopper.
With ease.
So the virus weren't too complex. So that means he's healed Luffy as well. Bit of plot armor, beautiful. But we get introduced to 4 new, what might turn out to be big characters, like 4 of the Yakuza bosses that all pledge allegiance. Obviously, they're all, I don't want to say the word submissive, but loyal to Hyougoro. So we've got Bloodletter Omasa, Broken Hat Tsunagoro, Moonflower Ocho, and Snake Eye Yatappe.
So we got a clip of Broken Hat Hyougoro. He was the guy that looked like he had a hat on down in the edition of the Udon mine.
Okay.
So that we had a little glimpse of him. I don't think we've seen the others before though.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't have paid attention. But, you know, we kind of figured that when they went into Udon, they're going to raise an army.
Yeah.
This was going to be it's very similar to Impel Down in the sense of Luffy's going to make some friends.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they're going to be useful friends. But right now, it's just aside from Kawamatsu obviously clearly is very, very strong. I'm gonna predict that he's at commander level. Because already Ashura Doji, he held his own against Jack. If anything, he scraped up Jack a little bit. And the three of them, they should be that kind of level. So Kawamatsu's on side, and these lot is just more so they can fight army versus army.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Well, I guess they would lead the whole islands because they're named after each of the islands.
Yeah.
Kibi Dango.
Yeah.
Ringo, there's a Ringo,
Yeah.
there's a Udon. This is his place.
Yep.
So
I love the comedy. I mean,
Yeah.
Luffy Gramps, and obviously all the Yakuza bosses don't like the disrespect towards Hyougoro, but Hyogoro's like, man, saved my life.
yeah,
So it is what it is.
and they've all got character. Each of these leaders, they're all different.
Yeah.
You know.
Very cool, man. Cool drawing, cool art. Then Raizo checks in with Kinemon, lets him know. So Kinemon has got the blueprint to Onigashima now. Ashura Doji stole it a long time ago.
Yeah.
So again, that's brilliant. So talks to Raizo. So we've got the blueprint to Onigashima. We've got a relevant army. Interesting point. The army needs swords.
Yeah.
Which kind of ties into the end of this chapter. I can see how Oda's possibly tying it all together. And yeah, you said this to me, man. That thing.
Yeah, there's some type of, I'm not too sure what that is.
It looked like a firebird of some kind.
I was gonna say that.
Like a giant Pokemon. And you got, what's his name, Kinemon saying, I have some developments to share with you as well, but I will hold off. I must check on our final troop count. I will depart now for the Braided Hat village. So is that one of the Yakuza Boses villages? That would be interesting.
Could be. That sounds like.
Oh, and make that my base of operations?
That sounds like the same place that I think, what's his name, Ace, got his hat made from.
Yeah, that would be very, very interesting, man. So, recap of that. They're all kind of, I think we're coming to the end of Act 2.
Yeah, would make sense.
I mean, this has been a very long act. It's significantly longer than Act 1. And we're just kind of wrapping up where everyone is. I really predict that we're going to get there in the next 2 chapters.
Yeah.
End of this. We go back to the bridge, the Ringo Bandit Bridge. So Kawamatsu and Zoro are there. They're talking. Oh no, it's Hiyori talking to Kawamatsu.
So we've had a reunion. They haven't seen each other for...
many, many years. Well, 20 years almost, probably. Since he's been locked up.
Yeah.
For a very, very long time.
Shedding tears. Kawamatsu's happy. Well, yeah, Kawamatsu's enjoyed to see her.
Yeah, he's happy. Zoro's saying, oh yeah, she said she was raised by a kappa. La 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 la. So, yeah. And then she remembers how he used to feed her. Kawamatsu looks very happy to see her. And then the chapter ends. It took me a while to make sense of this part of the chapter, but it was very, very interesting. So, they're on the bridge. First person that clocks something is Yokomaru. And there's people with guns. These are Kaido's boys. Now, to you, and I asked the question, there's that panel where he falls back and it looks like blood's coming from him. Did he get shot by them?
Oh, that
was a question. It wasn't that clear to me. Like,
fair point.
Because they're there pointing the gun, and he kind of jumps back. He looks like he got hit by something, yeah? Because then he falls down.
Because someone's aiming. Someone's taking aim. And, yeah. If you've got it with you, grab the chapter, have a look.
Page 16 on Manga Stream.
It looks like Gyukimaru got shot.
Yeah.
And in retaliation to that, Kawamatsu's turned around and says, "Who comes?"
Yeah. And then they say, "Wow, we're here for revenge, Gyukimaru. These guns can take out a wild beast. You've stolen away so many of our weapons. We're taking them all back today." So Gyukimaru is stealing all kinds of weapons, yeah? And then there's a bit where it says, "Are these friends of yours? Doesn't matter, shoot them all." And we've got a little zoom in on Zoro and Kawamatsu. They're both ready. And then there's a cool panel with both of their eyes. It's like almost like they look at each other as to what's the other one going to do. At first, I thought they both attacked and took them out. But upon looking secondly, I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I think Kawamatsu did it all by himself.
I think this makes sense as to what we were discussing behind the scenes of the camera. So Zoro did look at Kawamatsu and say, "Are these your friends?" So
No,
what
it
he
wasn't.
might
I don't think Zoro said that.
wasn't that Zoro?
I think that's because are these your friends? Doesn't matter. Shoot them all. I think that's one of the bandits
Ah,
asking
okay.
Yokimaru,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter. Kill them all. Kill everyone there.
So what I was gonna come off that with, what Zoro might be because it looks like Kawamatsu took them out by himself. Zoro might have been looking at Kawamatsu to see what he was going to do,
Yeah.
and then Kawamatsu showed his light by taking out.
Could
his
also
people
be
with
observational haki that he recognizes that he can handle it by himself.
them. Yeah, could be.
Because obviously you can measure how strong someone is.
Yeah.
And he does that, and the reason, if you look at the detail closely, Kawamatsu just sliced through, one-shot them, knocked them all down, but Zoro is still back where the bridge is, and at that point you can see Yokimaru running away,
Yeah.
and Zoro says to them, "Oh wait, why are you running again, yeah?" And then we see Yokimaru crying, and he's like, "Ha, ha, Lord Kawamatsu, I'm so glad you're okay. How do they know each other?"
Yeah.
So my speculation on that matter is we've got a lot of information in this chapter. So first of all, swords are banned,
Yeah.
and you can incur the wrath. He's a religious figure. He's been told that he's a monk. Kawamatsu's told us that Yokimaru is a monk, and he said that you've angered the sword god because you took Shusui away from the island. Maybe he wants to collect all the swords to get respect back from the sword god that he worships, or whatever the religion is on the island. 1, 2 is, as a religious person, you'd want to protect your people. If you ain't got the swords, you can't get your butts in trouble. That's 1. Serves in plot armor, obviously. These are the swords the samurai are going to end up using. But the reason why is he running, there's something dubious there. That I can't really predict. Maybe he senses Zoro's capability and he just wants to get away to make sure Zoro doesn't get the sword. But I don't know.
Another way we might be able to take that is what I was thinking, that it might not be true or not. But Kawamatsu says, "Why are a monk and
a samurai
as a samurai fighting?" Now, is Gyukimaru walking around in disguise to mask himself just from anyone else? Who is Gyukimaru in tie with his relationship with Kawamatsu? Is he gathering these weapons for what he believes is going to happen in the 20 years? Because it's been prophesized that the scabbards would come back.
Yeah.
And
that's an
start
interesting
retaliation.
take.
So is he gathering these in belief that something's going to happen, but he doesn't know?
I disagree. I personally don't think so. The nature is he's so negative. I don't see him predicting that scabbards are coming back. I think it's more a thing of the sword god that he worships, the religion of these people. If you go back in Japanese culture, there's a close tie between warriors and religion. A lot of the Buddhist monks in every tribe can fight, and they would have elders. And I think the reason why Kawamatsu is coming back is because I think where him and Yokimaru come from the same place.
Yeah, good.
He's the monk. He's the head swordsman. Maybe he has a swordsman school, or he runs the area. He's the religious priest of that area. I believe he's under great superstition that he needs to retrieve swords to gain the favor of the god. But we need to find out what his agenda is. However, I haven't got a vibe that I think he's going to be useful. It's going to come around to, we're going to get what we want from him. And I think there's going to be some kind of way. This would be an interesting take here. Zoro chases him. I want my sword back. He's going to come across the next level of the Shusui sword.
Yeah.
Because there's 3.
Yeah.
And he's only got the 3rd strongest one. Kawamatsu's going to be who are you? Show me you're worthy. And Zoro's going to show him he's worthy.
Yeah.
And then Zoro's going to collect in a duel of some kind, and then Zoro, there's going to be some other kind of enemy that Zoro steps up. What would be really interesting is if in this zone, I don't recall what zone is where. Obviously different ones are the of the All Stars. The calamities. They run different areas. If Zoro somehow runs into Jack, even though we know Jack and all that are on Onigashima now, but if they come up against someone, either Zoro has to prove himself against someone or directly against Kawamatsu. But we know he will. He has to get the sword.
Yeah, well, we still have the Big Mom pirates somewhere. So, you could always come across them.
Yeah, they could be causing some trouble. Be very, very interesting, man.
Another thing I want to add with your side of the story to Gyukimaru, I feel that, as you mentioned, I believe you mentioned that he was maybe a subordinate.
Yeah.
Of Kawamatsu. I feel like he might be gathering these weapons, and then at one stage he's gonna come and say, "Look what I've done for you," but he's hiding himself because he doesn't want to show maybe he done something in the past that he regretted.
Yeah, maybe he regretted being scared at the time when.
And bailed.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt.
But guys, let us know what you thought about this chapter in the comments down below. Any predictions you have, let us know. Let's get discussing. Let's chop it up with each other.
Yeah.
But again, from Conquest Haki Corner, it's that time again, guys. Until next week.
Peace
out.